Hey everyone out there in the land of YouTube, this is Annette Dion. I'm the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. I'm going to show you the sun going down. Day's done. I'm at the harbor front. It's the end of the Schooner Festival, which I showed you some video of earlier. I apologize that it was going the wrong way, but you know, I do what I can. I wanted to show you guys the schooners. It was quite a sight. It was quite an amazing day here in Gloucester. Lots of people, lots of fun, lots of high spirits. Seagulls flying behind me. And you know, kind of last minute, got everything done, and I thought, well, the sun's gonna set in about half an hour. We have time to do a little, you know, Psychic News Network and see what's going on in the political world. And the big boat's docked just over in on the next wharf. If I get an opportunity, I'll go over there and take some film. But the band was playing, and I don't want to get a copyright, issue with YouTube. They're very strict. So let's take a look at some cards. I feel like this is a pretty good quiet spot, you know. As I said, things are winding down, so I just brought my Rider-Waite. We're just gonna take a look, see what's going on the news front. I feel things getting really tense. I feel that, you know, when September rolls around, people are in kind of a weird frame of mind. Summer's winding down, although we have some nice days ahead. But you know, the Congress goes back, and lots of tension in America. But there's lots of tension everywhere in the world, and we kind of have to just learn how to ride that wave. I definitely recommend that you watch Church of Spirituality from today. That might have been one of my best sermons ever. Just in terms of inspiring and uplifting. I don't know. I shouldn't compare them. So check it out. It's under the lives. And you check out the boats from this morning. Even though it's crooked, just turn it. It was pretty impossible for me to see. I was really blinded by the bright sun. We're going to pull 3 cards, and hopefully we won't get interrupted by these people walking down the hill, but I think mostly people don't bother me. I'm going to pull 3 cards about DJT and what's going on for him this week. DJT. I don't think I have to explain who that is. Behind me is the Maritime Center, and the Coast Guard's right over to my left, and there's lots of stuff. Lots of harbor type stuff, and there's a whole bunch of people walking down the hill right now. So before I hold these up, I'm just gonna tell you what I have here. What I have is the moon, and I'll hold them up after these people go by there. They're having a nice family walk. I have the moon, and I have the devil and the 3 of Swords. So that to me is speaking to DJT, is wanting to hurt people. Doesn't mean that he will, but I'm just picking up on what the desire is right now. So it makes sense, you know. The moon is like over the top, you know, emotionally, and I'm trying to ignore these people. The moon is like over the top emotionally, you know, intensity, great intensity. And also, we're gonna see a lot of, you know, like throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks kind of thing, in terms of Donald Trump. And he has the worst possible intentions right now for America. I just want everyone to know, I'm not saying anything bad is going to happen, but I just want you to know that he has fantasies about what he'd like to do to people, and it is of the sociopathic murderous nature. Once again, I'm not going to say he's going to do something. I'm just saying what his state of mind is. And we really have to be cognizant of that. We have to kind of reach out to our representatives and say, we have to take this seriously. He's an insane, dangerous man. So these are the cards. I have the Moon, I have the Three of Swords, and I have the Devil. So this is where Donald Trump's head is right now, and he's highly, highly, highly volatile emotionally. I don't see that he's able to do harm, but he wants to. And he's kind of weighing it out, what he could get away with. But the guides are telling me it's really all in his head, and it's not, you know, it's not something he can really execute. And as I'm doing this reading, the way that I'm positioned, I'm looking directly at the Catholic Church and the cross on top of this aluminum steeple of the Catholic Church, the one that I used to play at, by the way. And it's given me a sense of, you know, don't worry, don't worry. Right over here, I'm giving you a tour as I'm doing a reading. That house there, you can see it, is called the Fitzhugh Lane house, and Fitzhugh Lane was a famous painter, eccentric guy who lived here many years ago. All right, let's keep going because it looks like we won't be interrupted now. I'm gonna look at Rudy Giuliani and his cohorts and see what they're up to. I mean, Rudy's not really facing reality. Rudy needs to be in reality. He's definitely not facing reality. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about Rudy. I hope you had a great weekend and a great day. Rudy's got many, many, many challenges. Rudy Giuliani, many, many burdens. And I know that Trump is offering to do a fundraiser at Bedminster, which, I mean, they're just smacking us, you know, with insulting activities. Every time we turn around, it's like a smack in the face of America. So anyway, they're having a fundraiser at Bedminster, but I see legal issues with that, and the sword of truth is going to cut through the BS. I don't feel like Rudy's going to get the money. I don't even feel like that this so-called fundraiser for Rudy to cover his legal fees is, I don't feel like it's actually for that. I actually feel like the money's not going to go to Rudy. I see Rudy in jail. Let's take a peek at the pendulum. Is Rudy going to prison? Yes, I definitely get that Rudy's going to prison. Look at this guy. Okay, he's coming over. He's wondering if I have food. I don't. In fact, I haven't even had dinner. And a man with a dog is coming. So Rudy is going to think that that fundraiser is for him, but it is not for him. All right, what else do we have? I want to see Meadows. I want to take a look at what's going on because he's completely perjured himself. They think they already live in Russia. What's going to happen to Meadows? 3 cards about that. These people have just, you know, there's hundreds of them who have just openly, blatantly, without even giving it a second thought, gone ahead, didn't care, and just went, screw the law. Just screw the law. Who cares? Who cares about laws? Who cares about, you know, hurting people? Who cares about, you know, making America a dangerous place? They just really don't care. Mark Meadows, we're pulling 3 cards about him. The sun goes down quickly. He's sorry that he put himself in this conundrum because Mark Meadows got in over his head. And he really got into a conundrum with the lies and the craziness. And then, this is what's going to happen to him. This is what's going to happen to him. He's actually going to realize that actually it would have been better, to be honest, but it's too late. It's too late. So he's fooling himself. Meadows is fooling himself, and he's trying to make himself feel better by lying to himself and saying nothing will really happen to me. But he regrets how he performed under oath, because there's nothing he can do. He can't turn this around. Cannot turn this around. Let's check the pendulum. Let's check the pendulum and see. These people all around me, they're like, what's going on? Let's see. Is Mark going to jail? Is Mark going to serve time in prison? Yes. Yes. We are moving right along with the prison thing. Wow. So anyway, somebody was just here, this girl, and she was like, well, a young woman, and she was looking at the seagulls like with this look like, how could you eat that trash? It's like the lunch spot for the seagulls. All right, let's focus on the reading. Let's just take a look at the DOJ, how the DOJ is doing. What's going on with the DOJ right now? What are they up to this week? They're really looking at January 6th, all the damage from January 6th, the DOJ. This is representative of subpoenas coming. This is representative also of January 6th. This is January 6th, 2021. And this is looking at January 6th, 2021 and having a lot to work with. Sorry about that. It wasn't a gun. It was a cannon. They might be going on a sunset sail, so they shoot off the cannon just to get people excited. So this is subpoenas. This is calling more people in to question. This is where we were January 6, 2021. Without, just all stark, all really tough, all hard stuff, and oh my God, we almost lost our democracy. This is us now coming together as an American family, doing what we need to do. The DOJ is on it. Don't doubt for a second. The guys are saying they have so much technology. They have so many real pros working at the DOJ, like beyond what you'd ever imagine. When you see like some huge like technological advancement and you're looking at it and you're going, wow, can't believe how much time and energy went into that. That's crazy. It's incredible. When we see things like that, we marvel that we didn't know how involved it was and how intricate it was and how much expertise it took, and this is that kind of a thing. And the Two of Pentacles is they're really keeping in balance. They're really weighing it out and releasing to the public, the DOJ, in dribs and drabs. They measure it out before it gets released to the public. What's going on with the DOJ? They really do. They really are hesitant to share too much. I mean, it's like they look it over and look it over and look it over and look it over, and then they decide together, okay, we're going to release this information to the media, because the DOJ knows the risk of, giving information to the media for how it gets distorted and all. So what I'm going to do now, just speaking of that, is I'm going to read on Fox, because Fox is just like, it's like what do they have, like infinite amounts of billions of dollars to defend themselves? Because Fox is they're not doing themselves any favors, because the lies just keep getting worse and worse and more heinous. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about all that fake news stuff and what we're going to see. And just as soon as it gets too dark here, I'm going to close this up. So Fox are the fools. Fox is going to pay. This feels like compulsive lying on the part of the Fox anchors. Like, think about people like Jesse Waters saying some really unbelievable, heinous things about Joe Biden. absolutely unbelievable. They're being absolutely foolish at Fox because they're going to have to pay, because it's actually literally unconstitutional what they're doing. They're using words as a weapon at Fox. And the world is watching. And the world is kind of, the rest of the world is kind of dealing with the same thing too. So it's going to be a collective energy. Like, you know, their governments are corrupt. Not that the Biden administration is corrupt, but I'm just saying, in other countries, they can relate to what's happening with the fake news propaganda stuff. This is tied directly to Russia. Fox is tied directly for entertainment purposes only. I don't see any disconnect from Russia on the part of Fox. This is a psychic channel, and all that I'm saying is based on my psychic impressions. What Fox is doing is against the Constitution. I think a little bit more about that. The details about that are going to come out. Much like the Second Amendment doesn't mean go shoot your brothers and sisters. It doesn't mean that. I could have the hermit card on Fox. They're going to be standing alone without any defense. Just like the Second Amendment doesn't mean go shoot up your neighbor with an AR-15. The First Amendment, what they're doing with the First Amendment at Fox and those other like heinous Newsmax, and it's horrible, horrible, horrible what they're saying about the Biden administration, and you know, they just lie constantly. So the First Amendment has been taken to mean something that it doesn't, and that's why the card, the Hierophant, came up representing the Constitution. That it's going to be deemed unconstitutional what they're doing. The time that we're in is the time of strengthening our democracy. We have to all be on board doing so. All right, I'm going to pull a few cards about, there's something really important going on. There's always something really important going on. This week, okay, the Congress returns. This week or next week, they come back. The crazy House fascist Republicans come back. They're up to no good. They're conniving and scheming. They're conniving and scheming. There's a voice behind me. It kind of startled me a little. I thought it was the guides. I'm just kidding. They're conniving and scheming to impeach Joe Biden for absolutely nothing. So we're going to pull 3 cards about how's that going to go? How's that going to go? Oh, wow. Well, I have justice. Just to repeat the question, here comes another cannon. Oh, I guess it was a dud. They're conniving. The Republicans are conniving. They don't have much to go on. I feel like the Democrats are coming back armed with words, armed with their words. The Democrats are coming back armed with the Constitution. And the Republicans are going to be sorry they thought such a thing, because justice is on its way. They're in a position, the 10 of Swords, they can't get out of. They have incriminating things coming at them from all over, the Republicans. Good luck, Kevin McCarthy. They could have done better. They just kept going and going and going. It's like a compulsion. It's like an addiction. The lies are an addiction. The needing to go after democracy has become an addiction. They don't know when to stop. They're getting not that they were ever neat, but they're getting sloppier than ever. I'm telling you, they think that they live in a not democracy already. It's not. We're not going to lose our democracy. Don't take that the wrong way. We're going to read specifically on Kevin McCarthy. I have felt repeatedly, and I've said repeatedly, that I feel like the second half of this year, and we're in it, the subpoenas start coming for those who were in on the insurrection. I'm just remembering that I saw a disturbing headline that Ashley Babbitt's mother was calling for, I don't know, something crazy like Nancy Pelosi to be murdered or something. This is how crazy these people are. She thinks it was okay for her daughter. It's sad that her daughter got killed, but her daughter put herself in harm's way intentionally. Anyway, a lot of people would have died. A lot of people would have died on January 6th if the officer didn't do what he did, and you know, she paid the fatal price. Anyway, so I'm going to look at what's going on with McCarthy. Pull 3 cards. Oh, there's one. He's going to get a message. And another. And another. So judgment is coming for McCarthy. And judgment is coming for McCarthy about the nefarious connections that he's had. There's news coming for McCarthy, it looks like in the form of a subpoena. Not really sure what it is, but these cards are indicative. I mean, it's the second time I pulled the devil card. It has to do with Donald Trump, the connections that Donald Trump has to our enemies. Donald Trump is our enemy. And Kevin McCarthy and Donald Trump are connected by this evil. But judgment is coming for Kevin. He's going to start being publicly viewed as a criminal. Kevin McCarthy, yes, he is. Publicly viewed. So what I see is news coming out about McCarthy and his nefarious activities. Pretty soon. Feels like the end of September, early October. We're going to know more about Kevin McCarthy's connections. Yes, we are. Phew, it's a lot. Okay, so let's take a look at Lauren Boebert, because she's been off the rails crazy lately, and I'm just going to pull 3 cards about her. Boebert. She wants everybody to have a gun. No, well, she probably doesn't want... I don't know if she wants everyone to have a gun. Lauren Boebert, I said before that she's not sleeping. She's having a lot of anxiety. She's holding on to what she knows she did. We're going to be really happy when we find out that she's in trouble. That Lauren Boebert's in trouble. We're going to find that out pretty soon. The guys are saying October. October is a very big month. Check out our videos, Spirit Talk Podcast with Kathy Beal, right underneath the lives, because there's a lot of astrological information about what's coming down for these shysters, these criminals. A lot. Let's do one more and then we'll call it a night, because it is getting dark and there's a lot of activity around me. I'm going to pull 3 cards about the energy for the week. And remember, I'll be back again tomorrow for our live stream discussion. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we're live. And that's a discussion with all of us, me in the chat. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, weather permitting and schedule permitting, I will be doing videos from outside. I didn't get to do that this past Thursday, so it's not like you missed it, but so I'm making up for it now. This week, we're gonna see somebody this week, the energy for the week. This is somebody who's facing prison. I feel like we're gonna hear about a prison sentence of somebody who is in our government, on the fascist side of our Congress. I feel like we're going to hear, I'm wondering if this has to do with January 6th or George Santos. I'm just feeling like we're going to get news about somebody we know is in trouble as getting a prison sentence. It might be George Santos. Getting a yes on that. We will get news about somebody who's in big trouble. We're also going to see that the Democrats need to get stronger about their messaging, because the Republicans are ahead of the Democrats in terms of messaging. It's not going to be that way forever, but it's like, we need to get on it. We just need to get on it. Election day is not that far away in the whole scheme of things. It's a little bit over a year away. keeping our balance. The DOJ is going to be keeping its balance. We're going to be keeping things in balance. But just know that there are some people, I don't think it's just Pinocchio, George Santos. I think it's more than him that we're going to find out are going to be serving jail time. Not Proud Boys and Oath Keepers. That's already going on. I'm seeing a couple of people that we know have held prestigious sort of positions. But we're going to see the need for the Democrats to really fight back. And they will, but it's going to be after they're really back to work, after this Labor Day. And I think that's it for now. It is getting dark. And it's been a really nice day. Nice warm weather. And I got to spend time with family because I have one of my siblings just got an apartment right across the street from the ocean, which was really nice. So that was fun. Me and the seagulls and the tourists say goodbye for now. And thank you so much for tuning in. Please watch Church of Spirituality. Really important messages there. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. And that's at 7 p.m. Eastern, live streaming. All right. Namaste. Love you guys.